All right, Boyo Games up here at the NEA Gamefest. Over here with
Tachmonite brother with H.U.B Games.
Health Games. Health Games or Health Games?
H.U.B Games.
Health Games, already. And yeah, and what are we playing today?
We're playing White Hat.
White Hat. And yeah, this is our first game, so we're just trying to learn it. And I think we almost got it, but we'll start from the top. Just to make sure we got it. All right, this is a novel trick-taking board game. Hack the system and steal the data before anyone knows you're there. White Hat is a hacker-themed game combining trick-taking with the game board. It works well with the family game, blah, blah, blah. All right, setup. Each player takes one hat on the internet cafe and the public server. Choose one of the White Hat cards used in this game. Only the art differs if it's your first game. Start the first round. If you're not playing the game for the first time, randomly draw up to 5 cards, blah, blah, blah. There's no need to fill all the locations on the game board. Comes fully playable. Okay, start the first round. Shuffle the deck without the White Hat card, and then draw the topmost card and look at its rank. Count that many players in a clockwise direction, starting from the player next to the dealer. Give the White Hat card to the player where the count ends. All right, so you got all the cards and everything?
Oh, this is you.
No. Okay, shuffle the deck without the White Hat card. So which one is the core deck? Which all is the core deck?
So that is your core deck?
Yep.
These are the two people I understand. This is the White Hats.
Okay. And then, do you have some of the core deck right there?
Actually, we do.
Oh, wait. All right, so
White Hats, and I think these are like, we never said, but I think these are all part of the set list of the whole thing.
okay,
I'll keep them in mind.
cool. Okay, man, I'm gonna count these cards just to be sure. 101. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. Yeah, we're missing like
How many?
like about 20 cards.
One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11.
Okay, so there's 78 ranked cards, number 1 to 13.
The 3 White Hats, which are here.
5 jokers, 4 reference cards. Okay, 4 reference cards. Man, just tell me how many cards are in the main deck, though. 78 ranked cards. There are 6 cards, and there are 6 cards of each rank, 5 jokers. So 78, so 82. There's something like 82, I guess. 4 reference cards, 2 tracer cards. Yeah, there's something like 84. All right, that's good enough though, right there.
How many you said you over there?
This is like 84 or 82, something like that.
$78 great cards, 5 jokers. Yeah, that's 82.
What number are the jokers?
They're out.
Okay, I got you. 1, 2.
4 reference cards. So that's
Nah, so I think we good though.
yeah, we are.
We got the 1 through 13s and the jokers.
10 celebrity status cards. But let me say where we have to put these. The celebrity status cards.
Okay. All right, so we got the main deck right here. All right. Keep it reading for the folks.
Oh,
right, thank you. All good. All right, we got the main deck. Okay, each player puts one head, choose one of the heads around, shuffle the deck without the white head card, and then draw the topmost card and look at its rank. Count that many players in a clockwise direction, starting from the player next to the dealer. Give the white head to the player. Draw the topmost card and look at its rank. It's 13. Count that many players in a clockwise order. So me.
It's actually me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So give the white head to that player. Okay, finally discard the card used for distributing the white head. Then each player is dealt up to a total of 10 cards. So 9 for the player with the white head.
Yep.
1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8.
Hold up. I have 9. That's 10 for me.
So 9. All right, and then I think I get.
Make sure that you have 10.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect.
Yeah, when you were counting, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Going crazy. All right, finally discard the card used for distributing the white hat. Then each player is dealt. Then each player is dealt 10 cards. The player to the right of the player who was dealt the white hat card leads the first trick. So I lead the first trick.
Yep.
Okay, tricks. The active player called the lead may play one or more cards. When playing multiple cards, all must be the same rank. Okay, the other players in clockwise order then must also play cards to the trick. They can choose to play one card or the same number of cards as the lead. After each player has played, the trick ends, and the player who played the same number of cards as the lead with the highest rank wins the round. If there's a tie for the winner, the tied player who played last will win the trick. The winner then leads the next trick. Cards played to the trick are discarded except in white hat tricks. See below. Cards played to the trick are discarded except in white hat tricks, which white hat tricks are the low rank tricks wins. Low wins. The winner of the trick is the most competent hacker and must either A, advance one of their own not locked hats on the board, trying to get here to the critical assets, and or B, advance one not locked opponent hat which is on a space with a negative value. So I think when they say advance, maybe.
If I was a negative value, I think you can advance it.
Yep, and then make you go to denial of service, which locks you, I think. And then if neither A or B are possible, the winner must draw a single card from the deck. Deck discard pile. Jokers. A joker may substitute for any other card. For example, 2 7s and a joker can play as 3 7s. If played as a single card or together only with other jokers, it has a value of 14. If played as a single card or together only with other jokers, it has a value of 14.
Jokers are the high.
Yep.
You guys got any?
Okay, 14. White hat. The white hat card behaves like a joker. In addition, when it's played, the trick will be a white hat round, in which the lowest combination of the played rank wins the trick. Tie breaking happens as usual, so in the case of a tie, the last card with the same values are considered stronger, lower. The player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played and put them into their hand. So white hat, you can add the cards to hand. And including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as the lead played into their hand. Any other played cards are discarded as usual. This player then leads the next trick just like the winner of any of the trick. Let's read that again. The player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played and put them into their hand, including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as the lead played into their hand. Okay, whatever that means. You can take them all or just what the lead played.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think if I play 2 cards, you can only take 2 cards. If you're not going to take them all, you can only take all. Or if I'm the lead and you take the cards, you only take the 2 cards that I played.
Cool. All right.
You only take up to 2 cards that were played.
Okay. When the white hat is played, it must be played in a combination matching the lead. And if the white hat is the last card a player has in a round when the lead plays multiple cards, the player has to pass. This is the only time passing is allowed. Okay, there are no suits. The colors of the cards just correspond to the trace point values. Just tell me what the trace point values are. Don't give me an example. The lead starts the trick by playing the white hat. He can't win that trick no matter what because the white hat is 14. The white hat becomes very high but the white hat makes it the lowest guy wins. The lowest single card wins the trick and collects. So in this case, the 5 wins. Okay, example 2, the lead starts the trick with the white hat plus 7. So that's okay, it's likely that everyone plays just 1 card and the person who played the white hat ends up collecting either all cards played or any 2 cards and the white hat. For example, 12 and 9. 12 and 9 if the player wants high cards, or 4 and 7 if the player wants fewer trace points. Man, the thing doesn't never really tell you what the trace points are. I'm thinking the trace points are the little number, but it should just define what the trace points are.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
It's not a very good rule book, but it has to be the trace points. I mean, there's no definition of trace points.
Well, there's anything in the front where it describes the card types?
Well, I mean, it's not in there, but
Trace numbers.
trace points. And I mean, it could have been a section. Oh, that. Yeah, I mean, trace points is 1. Okay, anatomy of a card, card rank, and then the trace points right there. Still feel like it should have been a whole section. But anyway, card name, yeah. Trace points. All right, the lead starts the trick with white hat plus 7. It is likely that everyone just plays 1 card and the person who played white hat ends up collecting either all cards played or any 2 cards and the white hat. For example, 12 and 9. And I mean, if the player wants high cards, or 4 and 7. 4 and 7 if the player wants fewer trace points in any other combination, but he wins the trick and gets to advance on the board. Okay, so they won with a 7 and 5, which is 12.
That's the white hat, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 7 and a 14. Because isn't there a 5 over here somewhere?
No, but I think the white hat is only 14 when it's played by itself.
Oh, okay. Wait, but it said you can't play the same number twice.
Because the white hat is 14 when played singly, as is any joker.
Oh, this one's played as a 7 then. So
Yeah, 7 and 5 is 12.
You can take either the 4 and the 9 in the white hat, or the 7. I think that's what it's saying. It's like you can take the white hat and then either one of the 2 here.
Yeah. All right. So the lead starts with the trick. Okay, example 3. The lead starts with the trick 7 plus 7. The next player plays a single 6. The third player plays an 8 and a white hat. Fourth plays 9 and 9. The first player 7 and 7 collects cards as specified by the white hat rules above. In this round, only pairs can win.
So 2 is out because even though that's the 6 already.
Okay. Yeah, because they led, so only pairs can win.
Yeah.
So the 6 was like a throw off. The 6 was like a throw off.
Yep.
And then
But because it wasn't a pair, it doesn't win.
the fourth looks like it should win, but the first person 7 and 7 collects cards as specified by the white hat. Oh, but the white hat makes the low pair win.
Yeah. So this made it 9-9, but since it's a white hat, would have made this with an 8-8. But since the white hat isn't playing, it now goes to the lowest, so that's why the 7s win.
In this
See, once you
round,
explained the white hat rule to me, which I overlooked when I read the rules the first time, it made sense.
okay, in this round, only pairs can win as it was led by the pair. The white hat changes the game, so only the smallest pair wins. The single 6 played in a pair can't win. Okay, so
Now, if they played a pair of 6s, it would have won, but since they didn't.
okay, example 4, the lead plays 8-8-8, second 5, third 7, The last player has a white hat and one other card, 13. He can't play the white hat because he can't match the suit of the 3 cards. And he can't pass because the white hat is not his last card. Thus, he has to play the 13. Something like that. The lead plays... Yeah, I think they're using the word suit wrong because there's no suit. I think what they mean is trick for 3 cards. I think they meant trick for 3 cards. The lead plays 13. Excuse me. The lead plays 13. Second white hat 14 because it's a single. They could have just simply put a 14 if it's a single. But third 13, fourth Joker. Jokers are 14s when they're played by themselves. The third player collects a single 13. Third player collects a single 13 and a white hat. The player can't take the white hat and the Joker. Okay, so yeah, so they won because there's the last guy to play the winning thing. Okay, example 6, the lead plays 2-2, second 2-2, third 8, fourth 2 and a white hat. The fourth player collects as he was the last player to play a pair of 2s on a white hat round. This may be a brilliant move as he did have 5 cards of rank 2, which is 0 trace points, but a very strong suit to play. Okay, hacking actions, movement. There can be only 1 hat on each space, except the internet cafe and the public server start spaces. Players move hats by 1 space according to the routes indicated by the arrows. Okay, 2022 game, so very new. Dragon Dawn. Okay, cool. If an adjacent space is occupied by a hat, it will be jumped over. This can happen several times in a row, so you move the hat to the next empty space on any path chosen by you. You may only follow complete arrows. Both shaft and arrowhead need to be there. It looks like the shaft and arrowheads is everywhere, but I guess so. Maybe on the other side, there's 2 sides. The other side is more complicated. Hats can't be removed from the board unless the tracer eliminates them. We're not playing with that rule. When a player has to move but can't, all hats are locked, e.g. on a honeypot, or on denial of service. So you get stuck and that triggers the end game if nobody can move. And none of the opponent's hats are in negative spaces. The player must draw a card instead. Okay, the types of spaces. The internet cafe and public server where you start. Router, database, server, cell phone, they're kind of nothing. No special effects. Critical asset in the game. Denial of service and attack. The player owning the hat entering this space moves any 1 hat back to the internet cafe or the public server, their choice, except the hat that triggered the denial of service. Note that no player can have 2 hats in the same internet cafe or public server at any time. The hat who enters the denial of service will be locked on this space for the duration of the game. Okay. FBI server. This is part of the optional tracer rule. If this rule is not in effect, then it's a standard honeypot. Yep. And then honeypot, the hat which enters the honeypot is locked and can't move for the duration of the game. The following hats will just jump over it. And then exploit. Whenever a player enters the exploit, he or she can modify the value of any other space by +1, -1. Put an exploit marker on the corresponding side face up on that space. Yep, and then randomizer, whenever a hat enters the randomizer, the player owning the hat may draw a random game board tile, and if they do, they must put it on the game board. Hats that are already on that part of the board are put on the corresponding space on the new tile. Special spaces with hats on them on the new tile then trigger in clockwise order starting from the top left space. Backflip. We don't even have any black flip on this board, but it might be a tile you put on the board, I guess. Backflip. When a hat enters the backflip, the player owning it moves any other hat backward 1 step. Moving in the opposite direction on the connecting arrows, jumping over an occupied space if necessary. Man, the game I made is kind of like this. But end of the round. The round ends if at the end of a trick any of these are true. 1 or more players are out of cards. A hat is on top of the critical asset space. Game ends. All hats of every player are unable to move. Game ends. When the round ends, scoring occurs. Then all players discard their remaining cards. And if the game isn't over, a new round is started. And round points are scored by totaling the trace points on the cards remaining in each player's hand and the trace points for the player's hats on the board. Each card has a number of trace points, and each hat accumulates trace points based on its current space and evidence left when hacking into the system. The minimum round points total is 0, and negative scores count as 0. So I guess the trace points get higher as you go up. Well, reds are kind of high. Reds are high. I guess you want a high score? Or?
Are these the trace points, or are the trace points on the cards?
They're both on there. So, like, you know, the board has trace points as well as the cards have trace points. All right, end of the game. When the round ends due to a hat reaching the critical assets or all hats are locked, the game ends after scoring round in which the game was triggered. The player with the lowest game score wins. Lowest score wins. In the case of ties, the player with the lowest round score in the last round wins. 2-player variant. A robot plays the 3rd player, so we do need a 3rd player. Yeah. This robot is played by the player who is not on lead. So you got to play the robot too. That sounds crazy. Okay. A robot plays the 3rd player. The robot is played. Man, let me see if we get another person for this. Man, but then we got to explain to them all the stuff though. But.
Right. Yeah, we'll run out of time as well. Depending on how we get started, I have a thing at 2.
2?
Yeah. We got time. We got like an hour and a half, but just throwing it out there.
Okay.
So, big outside.
Man, let me just look around. Don't really just see anybody just loose doing nothing, so yeah, I guess we just do robot 3rd player. That kind of sucks.
So does he get 10 cards?
Let's see. Okay, the robot. This robot is played by the player who is not on lead. Maybe the lead changes except in the first round by the player without the white hat. In the first round by the player without the white hat, so I go first round with him.
Yep.
This robot is always the 2nd player, i.e. the turn order is lead, robot, 2nd player. And if the robot wins a trick, it advances its hats just like any other player would and stays in control of the same player. All robots are constantly visible, open. The robot's cards are visible, and it's possible that the robot wins. You should be ashamed of yourself if that happens. The robot can end the game. The robot can also do any other special action. We don't suggest using the tracer with the robot as it leads to potentially unbalanced situations. And critical asset tiles, we're not using the tracer. Reducing luck, we're not going to worry about that.
Nope. Here's the cards in here.
Okay, variety, celebrity status, not doing that. Solo rules, not doing that.
So celebrity is an optional gameplay rule?
Celebrity status, yeah, whatever that is.
Yep, it's a variant. Okay, so these cards are just pointless then.
Okay, go.
Yeah, because these are celebrity status and these are your tracer cards.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's do it. All right. So yeah. So you're leading, right?
No, I have the white hat. You lead.
Okay, I'll lead. They have their cards out here. Robot.
Oh, I have to control the robot. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
All right, so I lead, robot, then you. So again, just to make sense of that though, you can play the white hat to change what wins, or
Yep. So white hat basically says, hey, reverse. So low card wins instead of high card. Other than that, high card wins is like any trick taking game.
but with the white hat you can win by playing like 2 cards instead of 1, or
Yep. But that's only if I play 2 cards that are either higher.
lower, yeah.
If I play 2 cards that
The
are higher,
low-
if I play 2 cards that are lower, I win the trick. Or for that matter, the robot can win the trick.
Okay.
Gotta be mindful of that too. There's a robot here that's being controlled by one of us.
Sailor, you playing anything?
I'm about to. I'm going to the Shutter Point demo in minutes or so.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we trying.
Well, I don't know how long that's going to take, but
Okay,
we're
gotcha.
still playing when you're done.
Yeah, playing this trick taking. Appreciate you. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so there's cards 1 through 13 that are naturals. Man, it didn't say. Did it say like where you could play like just 2 cards? The only time it seems like the only time you could play just 2 off cards is with jokers and such.
Nope, you can play anytime. They just use the jokers as examples. I don't know why, but see, is it in the tricks or?
I think it said the only time you can play, you must play pairs if you're playing 2 cards.
Yep, that's what you gotta do. So
Yeah, but if you play other cards, you can play with jokers to just play 2 cards.
no, I mean you can play with.
White hat means you can play 2 random cards or whatever. And then let's look at every instance where they played, like they played white hat, so they played 2 off cards.
They play 2, which the white hat
Then they
supposed to
play-
count as a joker, so that counts as a 5 instead of a 14 like normal. So each time we have to play as a pair. That's it. The white hat only counts as 14 when it's by itself. Other than that, it's a joke. It plays joker rule, which means it counts as
A 5.
whatever. Yeah, that.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So we can't just do like 6-5. We gotta do
Yeah.
5-5.
Okay.
Now that part I didn't understand.
Yeah, gotcha.
Everything else, you just throw it out.
Yeah, weird. All right, man, let's go 2 10s. I don't like games where they just teach you how to play through the examples.
Yeah, that doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
To be funny, I'm gonna do 2 seconds. Yeah, the whole point as a robot thing is like, hey, we just have an extra person to just make things interesting if we wanted to, but
Yeah.
man, I am going to.
Yeah, I think the first round I was supposed to play the robot, but I mean, but that works.
Lead or not lead for the robot.
It said something stupid. I don't feel like playing a robot anyway.
Right. We'll play it too. Have that trick.
All right, so when you win the trick, though, it should say like when you win the trick, what happens, but it's in the stupid examples. I hate that.
It's in the next page over. Hacking actions movement.
There can only be 1 hat. No, but I'm saying like which cards do I win? Do I win any cards or?
Oh, they discard. We discard those.
Yeah.
The only time we pick up cards is when the white hats play. Other than that, once the trick is over, you move a tile and we discard those.
Okay, so these just discarded.
Yeah, but before you do that, let's double check that because I don't know how I'm still trying to figure out how movement works. Are you just gonna move once or what?
Yeah, I mean there can only be 1 hat on each empty space except for the internet cafe and the public server. Okay. If an adjacent space is occupied by a hat, it will be jumped over. This can happen several times in a row, so you can move the hat to the next space. Hats can't be removed from the board unless the tracer eliminates them. When a player has to move but can't, all hearts and honeys butt opponents in negative space, the player must draw And none of the opponent's hats are in the negative space. The one player must draw a card.
It must be on the page before.
Okay,
After
types
you
of
take a
spaces.
trick. Yeah, after you take a trick, it must be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cards played. Cards
To
played.
the trick are discarded except in white hat tricks. The winner of the trick is the most competent hacker. It must either A, advance one of their own not locked hats on the board, or advance one not locked opponent hat which is on a space with the negative value. If neither A or B are possible, the winner must draw a single card from the deck. Okay, so I'll move one of my hats. Okay, I got the gold, so I'll go. So I'll go to the cell phone. I'm sure nothing really happens right there. And then, yeah, so then at that point, then we go to the next round. Okay, I remain the lead. I'll go to, I guess we can see what the robot has. In that case, all right, I'll go with the 7. Okay, then robot, I guess.
Yeah. I would make the robot win, but I am a little worried about that embarrassing part.
Okay.
I take the trick, and I'm going to move to the US.
Okay.
So now you get to control the robot, and I'm the lead. Yeah.
Okay. Say, you playing anything, dude? Dude, you playing anything? You feel like playing something? Okay, do you like trick-taking games? Trick-taking games? Do you like trick-taking games? Okay, cool. I guess pull up a seat and then yeah, so I guess we'll move you over here. So excuse me. Yeah. Right here. Alright. So we just kinda played the first.
We'll give him that hand or give him another.
We'll just start fresh. We'll start fresh.
Okay.
Alright. So you're gonna be the white. What's that word? Apropos. All right, so starting over at 30 minutes. All right, so this is a game where there's a single white hat in the game. White hat turns the trick from high wins to low wins. Okay, the lead player, they're going to determine what wins. Triple is unlikely, but you can lead with a triple, then of course triples win. Unless somebody plays a white hat, which makes the low win
But it's still
of
triple.
that number of trick or whatever. Okay. And then yeah, so we move on these spaces. The point is to get to the critical assets at the end of the game. The end of the board. And then if you go on honeypot or what's that other one? Honeypot or
FBI server, which is 100.
yeah, or
denial of service, which is here.
yeah. I mean, then you can't move. If you go to denial of service or something, sometimes you got to go back to the back of the game or whatever, something like that. But these stick you. They get you stuck. Honeypot and FBI server, they get you stuck.
So they do. Honeypot denial of service, FBI server, they all get you stuck.
Okay. There was something about denial of service where you put somebody else back to the beginning or something.
So if I were to land on denial of service, I could pick any card I could pick any other hat that I think on the board and bring them back to the beginning.
Something like
that
that, yeah.
hat is stuck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's also jokers. They're worth, even though they say 4 on them, they're worth 14 for some crazy reason. The numbers go 1 through 13, but jokers are wild. But their value 14 or some kind of crap.
Yeah. So by themselves, jokers are 14. But if you play them with a pair, then they're a double of that number. So if you play a 1 in the joker, it becomes 1-1. If you play 13 in the joker, it's 13-13. But by itself, it's 14. The white hat, there.
Same as the joker.
Yeah.
But if it's played as a joker, well, I mean, it's not a joker when you play it with another card, but it adds 5. But if it's played by itself, then the white hat is 14.
Yeah,
why doesn't it say the number 14 on it? I have no earthly idea. But
when you play with another card, it's just another version of the card because you can only play down pairs. So 7, that becomes a 7. By itself, is 14. Even though that 5 is just like the tricks. That 5 is just there as a
no. When you play a white hat with another number, then it becomes a 5.
Is it?
Yeah, it's weird as hell, but yeah.
White hat 7 is like everyone just plays one. White hat. White hat behaves like a joker. In addition, when it's played, the trick will be white hat. Lowest card wins. Yeah, it's just like a joker. So like how the joker played by itself is 14, but play with anything else, it's a duplicate of that number. That's what it is. Yeah, that goes to show you the confusion. Yeah. Because in those examples, it's basically showing you how the round switches from high to low because of the white hat. But it never calls it. It never outright calls it a 5. Yeah.
Stupid thing, don't like it. But okay, so we're going, we show the top card of the deck. We got the white hat out, so 12, so we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, your count.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Get the white hat.
Okay, so I get the white hat, and then everybody gets 10 cards except for me. I get 9 plus the white hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just means for confusion right here. 8, 9, 10. Y'all should have 10. I think I should have, yeah. Okay, so the single white hat will change the winner of the trick or whatever to the low thing.
No matter what happens, when the white hat appears, low card wins.
So you're saying that the white hat played in combination with something else is not a 5?
Nope, it's just that it's another number. It's like a pair. You can only play pairs. So any combination, like if you put down a 1, it becomes a 1. You put down 8, it becomes an 8. The only time that it's 8.
Why is there a 5 on the white hat though? Because it's the trace. But
yeah, it's the trace number, and nobody, whatever this number is, it's just.
That's a trace number as well, but stupid.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, the player with the lowest trace number wins the game. So there's trace numbers on your cards. These are trace numbers. So this is a 5 trace. If you've ever played Netrunners and stuff like that, but there's 2 trace on this one. This 11 that has a 2 trace. So and then these numbers on here are traces too. So saying everybody gets stuck and nobody makes it to the critical assets or whatever, then the lowest trace number wins the game.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So we're saying who led?
According to that, it said it's the lead. It should be on the next page. The previous page. Sorry, previous page. The lead at the top. What does it say? Lead tricks. Yeah.
The active player called the lead may play 1 card when playing. I guess the person with the white hat goes first, right?
No. does explain who the lead is. If that's not it, then it's
The active player called the lead may play one more cards when playing multiple cards.
then it's over here.
The player to the right of the player who dealt the white hat card leads the first trick. Who was dealt the white hat card? Who was dealt the white hat card?
That would be you.
Okay.
Because
No.
you were given to it. It was given to you automatically. So I'm to the right of you.
The player to the right of the player who was dealt the white hat card.
Yep. So that'll be me. I get to be the lead, and I'm going for pairs to win.
Okay, pairs. Okay, so right now it's just normal high pair wins right now until somebody plays the white hat maybe.
So that's you now. I don't stand a chance that you bring out the white hat.
Yeah. Two. Play 2 9s. The 2 4s. All right, so I'll win the trick, and then the tricks they always get discarded unless the white hat is played.
What's your name again? What's your name? Dustin Thompson.
Marcus, nice to meet you. Blah 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 blah. I'll go this way, and then I lead again. So go with the single 5s. Two 7s. Now I think since I led though, singles will win, right?
I think so. You know they never prepared for that, but
I think they did, but
tricks. It'll be up here. I think.
okay, the active player called the lead may play one or more cards. When playing multiple cards, all must be the same rank. The other players in clockwise order then must also play cards to the trick. They can choose to play one card or the same number of cards as the lead. After each player has played, the trick ends, and the player who played the same number of cards as the lead with the highest rank wins the round. If there's a tie for the winner, the tied player who played last wins the trick. The winner then leads the next trick.
Okay, so we can't play we can't play cards more than the person who played the lead. So if they play 2, we can play less than that, but we can't play more. Huh? Yeah.
All right, got it with a 7.
So you can move your white hat in any one direction. So you have two pieces. So you skip him and go on to
Yeah, you'll skip it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's cool. Skip a game. I like that.
Right. So now you're the leader.
And you got to follow the arrows. They say shafts and arrowheads, but I guess maybe on the other side there's no shafts or arrowheads.
And here, like in his case, you can go up, you can go down, or you can go to the. You can go down, or you can keep going forward.
And then again, to read this thing, denial of service and attack. The player owning the hat entering this space moves any one hat back to the internet cafe or a public server, their choice, except the hat that triggered the denial of service. Note that no player can have 2 hats on the same internet cafe or public server at any given time. The hat who enters the denial of service will be locked on this space for the duration of the game. So you get to hate on somebody else, but you're locking yourself out as well.
Which is what denial of service is in real life.
Yeah, real good. That's it.
As an IT person and having to learn all that in school, it's like, yo, what y'all playing?
It's the denial of service, the white hat.
Terrible. We're playing white hat. So it's a trick-taking game. It's a trick-taking / board game where you're basically becoming a hacker. Just go forward.
You want to throw her in the game too? We still got an hour, so.
That's up to her.
I'll just watch this time.
Sure, we just started. Right. If you say so, if you insist.
got it now?
I have a game or two. They're doing the party games or two.
It's supposed to be party games at 2 somewhere around here. Don't remember
Oh,
where.
I think it was already full. That's why I didn't know it was on there. It may have already been full.
Yeah, because I had signed up with a ticket, so I'm on that. I'm on that list already.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah. 10.
Okay.
Ten, 10. So right now, the last player to play the highest thing wins it. But
Right now, it's like I'm winning unless.
all right, 3 10s. I'll take it. All right, so I'll move my deal. Move to the user account. All right. To 7. To 9.
All right, you had it in mind to play.
To a 9. That'll work.
All right, I'm gonna move my hat.
Tech going to the 3. To the public, to the email account.
Yep. And I'm gonna start with 2 sixes.
Tech coming through with the 2 6s.
Oh, you're leaving this? You're leaving this? Yeah. All right. It's still gonna be fun because you're for a GM anyway. So with that.
Go with 2 11s. 1 8 7s. In progress.
I don't know why, but I feel like that's a number that I probably should know, but I don't.
Oh, some kind of murder thing or something. Police code. 2 7s.
Take it. Because you did 2 11s, so you take the book. So
Oh, there's no white hat though.
no white hat, so you take it.
Yeah. All right, so 2 11s. And all right. Oh man, this is a double. Oh, okay. I didn't know the white hat was double sided. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We know where the white hat is.
Okay. All right, so we're going triple deuces, low wins. But it's triples though. I gotta move my head, so. No triple. Yeah, I mean, naturally, nobody's probably gonna have any triples, so.
Nope. So you can put down a single and that's fine.
Yeah, hold on. Let's read about the end of the round. Okay, the round ends if.
No, you still got the white hat rule, remember? Because you won, and the white hat can be picked up or reused again.
Oh, yeah. So how does that thing go?
It's the other way. White hat rule is the other way. Should be down there.
Okay, the white hat. The white hat card behaves like a joker.
It should be in there. In there up there.
Okay, the white hat behaves like a joker. And in addition, when it's played, the trick will be a white hat round in which the lowest combination of played rank wins the trick. Tie breaking happens as usual, so in the case of the tie, the last card of the same value played are considered stronger. The player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played or put them into their hand, including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as the lead played into their hand. Any other played cards are discarded as usual. This player then leads the next trick, just like the winner.
So you take, and because you had the low hand, and you won not because you had the low hand, but because you were the lead. You played 3, so
Yeah.
you get to choose either to take them all
Or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards.
and any 2 of these since you played 3. So it's white hat and any 2.
Man, so you just never win with the white hat, like you never go out with the white hat.
Yeah, I don't think the game is with the white hat though. So like, I don't even know what they say when other players run out of cards. That's interesting.
No, well, the round ends when somebody runs out of cards.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the white hat winner will make sure that we never.
They could just explain what it means too, but you got to figure it out. I hate stuff like that. All right, so instead of taking all the cards, I'm just gonna take.
We'll take the 2.
Yeah. All right, so.
You won the lead, so you can lead again.
Yeah. Okay, let's read this one more time. The player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played and put them into their hand, including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as the lead played into their hand.
You play 2 non-joker cards. So you can take the white hat and 2 non-joker.
They could just really fully explain this instead of making the player figure it out.
Yeah, and I think it's because this game might be German in origin. That might be the reason why while we can still understand it, we might be having a little bit more of a difficulty with how it's being explained to us because of so that's probably why it's a German game.
Yeah.
You gonna do it again, huh?
Okay, so by itself, this is low card wins, I guess.
Yep, low card wins, and it's gonna move on to somebody else. You get it. So you get to take the white hat and.
Now, does he win with that though? Because
Yeah, he does. Remember, at that point, the white hat is a low one. That's 14, and the rule also kicks into place that now
low card wins. Okay.
So you get the white hat, and I think you can choose to take the 3 cards we gave you, or.
Okay, the white hat. The white hat card behaves like a joker. In addition to when it's played, the trick will be the white hat round in which the lowest combination of the played rank wins the trick. Tie breaking happens as usual, so in this case of the tie, the last card of the same value played considered. Yeah, you ain't got to go over that. The player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played and put them into their hand, including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as lead played into their hand. They say taking the white hat twice. They could just say you must take the white hat and then take something else. Yeah, and you can optionally.
You can take both, or you can take one.
And as many non-joker cards as the lead player played.
Because you played you technically played a joker, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah, this isn't the smoothest trick-taking gameplay.
Is it? Cool.
It's not the
Well, you have to
smoothest.
show me and Renee later then after these guys. Cool.
Yeah. We barely know what was going on.
Well, this guy's Mr. Card Gamer here.
I am Mr. Card Game.
Yeah, I saw on his card he has some TCG stuff. I'm like, man, I need to ask him some questions because I have a YouTube channel too. And I'm like, what is he doing? Not to mention I saw something here that caught my interest. It's like, okay.
Just keep on playing the games, man. That's what we do.
Well, that's how you get the views, man. You got to keep doing content.
So it's you and somebody else then?
Nah, just me. But yo.
All right, so now you get to leave Dustin.
And the folks I play with, naturally. But like this guy, Mike Anglin.
We see each other.
I play board games mainly, and he'll be there playing.
Also, y'all both
card-
from Little Rock.
Yeah, we're from Little Rock. Yeah, we had what 10 or 11 of us from Little Rock that I recognize. There might be some others that I don't recognize. Yeah. We tried. We've been coming up here like 5 or 6 years, except for 1 year with COVID. I don't think they had it that year. We I always try to get a group because it's the
Were you
best.
here last year?
Yeah, we were here last year.
Okay. I think I remember you probably playing one of the other games, but I definitely don't remember you.
No, I mean, this is my first year
is
over
your-
here.
Oh, this is your first year.
Yeah, we finally squeezed him out of Little Rock. You know,
Finally
I don't know. You know, you didn't want to leave. Yeah, sure. Heard there were bad people outside of Little Rock. Marcus is good.
Joe,
people.
bro.
All right. I take the trick.
Meet Mike too.
I take the trick, but I'm out of cards, so bring my hat.
All right, you out of there. Cool. All right, and then I think that ends the round. One more players is out of cards. Yep. When the round ends, scoring occurs. Then all players discard their remaining cards, and if the game isn't over, a new round is started. Okay, scoring. Round points are scored by totaling the trace points on the cards remaining in each player's hand. So I got a 0. Oh, okay. So you have trace points. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. I lucked out with 0, and the lowest score wins. So.
And I got nothing because I didn't. Oh wait, what about these? Is these on too?
Oh yeah, and then okay, scoring. Round points are scored by totaling the trace points on the cards remaining in each player's hand and the trace points for the player's hats on the board. Oh, all right, so I got a -1 and a 1.
Oh,
So that's 0. That's still
wow.
defaults to 0. So you got 8.
Yeah, 5 and 3.
Oh, 5 and 3. Okay, so that's 8. And then you got what? 4 more. Okay. All right. Everything's coming up Trill House. All right.
So, what did they say about the white hat at this point? Because I don't know if he still stays out there. Or we just
The white hat does the same thing. Well,
wait. It's the beginning of the game. Yeah, the beginning of the
all hats of every player are unable to move. Game round ends when the game. Okay, scoring, starting a new round.
Yeah. Wait, did you say at the bottom? So we'll talk about the new round.
When the round ends, scoring occurs. Then all players discard their remaining cards, and the game isn't over, and a new round is started. I think we do the same thing with the hat.
The first round.
Shuffle the deck without the white hat card. Shuffle the deck without the white hat card. Draw the topmost card and look at its rank. Yeah, so that's a round start. Start or the first round.
Yeah, set up, choose the white hat, start the first round.
Round
Shuffle
start.
the deck without the white hat. Do it again.
Well, I think you got to do it every time.
Have you ever played Nevermore?
Nevermore.
It's a really good trick-taking game.
I saw it at Gen Con last year, but I mean, it's a new game.
No, it's been out for a while.
Okay.
It's a really brutal game.
It's got a raven on the cover, right? Yep. I mean, I haven't played it, but it looked cool when I looked at it.
That one's the crew. The crew's kind of like a co-op trick-taking game.
The crew. I mean, the crew is great. Yeah.
Yeah, the crew's a really good game.
Yeah.
But Nevermore,
Okay. Quote the Raven, Nevermore. Lenore. Demure. Couture. Tricks. Lord of the Rings little trick-taking game is real good too.
They have one?
Yeah, they got a trick-taking game. I used to keep it in the car. I might still have it in the car. I don't know. Oh yeah, Fantasy Realms fantastic. I did bring
The rain is back.
Red Rising. You ever play that one?
I have that, yeah.
Okay, but you prefer Fantasy Realms though?
They're both pretty good.
Okay.
I like to run real quick.
Yeah.
And I like to run
Tekken 14.
Okay, yeah.
Upgrade the illustration.
Oh yeah.
That's an old game.
What is it? Did you play the Marvel one yet? That one's cool too.
So 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got the white hat. I'm going to do it this way so I can keep track.
Yeah. Ten.
Oh, you only didn't sign up?
I didn't know when you signed up.
Oh, you didn't know what? It's not until like 4. So the player to his right is the lead.
All right. So I'll be the lead. All right. Then when they made the 9, they should have made like a line under the 9.
Still would have helped you. But I think that they're banking on that number, that pound symbol or whatever happened.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Still confusing. Two tens. Yeah, let me give you a card too. Whenever I put this on YouTube.
I'm going to
Yep.
I know this is terrible, but I'm doing denial of service. You back.
What? He sent me all the way back to the home.
Yep.
Because he went to the denial of service. So he's stuck for the rest of the game with that black hat.
Sacrifice my car.
But I go back to the internet cafe.
That way, when the round ends, he won't get that negative energy. She's going to take one, but she's not going to get that negative. At least not that easy. And just in case, I'm going to play 2 nines.
2 nines. Then I could play a single, but I won't win.
It's going to take a little bit more thinking than I really It was like my who's in your hand, what's on the board, all of that.
Play 2 tens.
I take the trick because he played the white hat.
Oh yeah, I mean, you still want to play the white hat?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay.
Okay.
So I take the trick.
Yeah, I played it.
Guy forward to here.
The low of the leading thing wins, so that'll be the 2 9s.
I gotta take the white hat.
Got to take the white hat.
And any 9 jokers, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 10 and 11 from you. I mean the 11 here and that 10.
11 and 10. Now you can take. You can take. I think you can take either only all the cards or the cards of the player who led.
I can up to the number of cards that I played, the 9 joker cards I played.
Let's see.
Here. Let's see. Yeah. No. Over here. So it's the bottom of this one over here.
Okay. Including the white hat or the player who played the lowest value can then choose to take all cards played and put them into their hand, including the white hat, or just take the white hat and as many non-joker cards as the lead player played into their lead hand.
So that's why
As many non-joker cards as the lead player played into their hand.
Yeah, so that's where the bottom part comes in. Remember down here where we had this example? This guy won, and so he took the white hat and the 4, and I think something.
I guess it's as many cards, not. Okay, gotcha.
That's why I took the 2 there.
All right, so Joker gets discarded.
Yeah, because I can't take the joker.
Okay.
And now I get to be lead. Yay. That's all right.
2 10s. Some told me I should have held on to that Joker, but white hat. Okay. Player 5.
Okay, I see. This is one of those rare cases you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to sacrifice at least 2 hats in order for somebody to win. And unfortunately, that might be me because I just want to get. Back on the bench. Here I am.
Okay. Okay, so once you went over there, you put a plus or minus onto a space, and that's denial of service. Okay.
Alright. I am going to play.
So now it's for it's -1 instead of 1. Well, I mean, wouldn't that be a 0 now? Because it goes from 1, then you -1, that'll make it 0.
You would think, but I don't know. Well, what does it say?
Well, let's see. Okay, exploit. Whenever a player enters exploit, they can modify the value of any space by +1, -1.
That's exactly what it does. So it doesn't say to put it over, it just says to put it on there.
Okay, so make it a net 0.
And it doesn't have that. So, I'm going to go. White hat. Just,
Whitehead local.
White hat no more, y'all can have it. Don't need it. I don't want to win, y'all can have it. I'm too far over. This is too much.
I'll take the whitehead. Alright, so I get the
White
white.
hat and any one of these cards. Because I was the lead, so I played only 1 card, so you'll kick in.
Take all the cards or just 1 as the lead. Okay.
So you're not going to take the 5?
No. Oh.
That one.
And again, for the folks at home, orange, purple, green, and blue, they do nothing unless the green is denial of service. Yeah. Or FBI server, which is a different green. It's teal.
This is tough. I'll explain why it's tough in a second. I think it's tough.
Yeah.
the light bulb is starting to come on for me. Like at this moment, the light bulb has gone on for me. But
Play a 12.
huh?
I thought I had to lay down 2 doubles before I go like y'all did. That's why I laid the white hat because you kind of just I thought I had to wait 2
But the white hat is crazy.
So you can play 2.
Whenever somebody leaves with a double, you can always play a single.
Food trucks are closed temporarily due to the weather. So they will be opening up back later today as soon as the weather clears. Thank you.
All right, got it with the 12. Works for me. Oh, damn that! I didn't even realize. I didn't even look at that.
You still got the one at the beginning.
Yeah. That's way better. Thank you. All right, so nothing happens at orange. All right, because they're both honey pots basically right now.
Yep. It's your turn.
All right, okay, got real. Just got real. Okay. What's up?
Game Goblins, is that common?
That's in just Little Rock. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you go to Arkansas North College? Okay. You just remind me of somebody. That's why I had that. Huh? Okay. You're out of now.
And a 9. 7. All right, so it'll be you.
So you win. So you get to choose how to move. And you can move either piece. Keep that in mind. Alright, so this next one is very, very crucial. Alright. Yep. Get to lead us out, Dustin.
But this is they by breaking out. It's only one of many.
3.
6 and a 3. All right, so that kind of screws you, Dustin.
So you get to move one of your pieces, man.
And you don't want to. And the FBI server
It's a honey pot, so it's stuck.
is treated as a standard honeypot, so it's stuck.
So everybody except Marcus over there has
A movable spot.
I see my plan. I know what my plan is going to be at this point.
Okay.
Nope, you went there, you'd be stuck there.
Just the denial of service gets you to move something back to the beginning. But you get stuck at denial of service, though.
You're stuck at a honey pot as well, so you're just stuck. Because it says safe for the honey pot, right? Or something.
This hat, which enters the honeypot, is locked and can't move for the duration of the game. The following hats will just jump over it.
Yep. Well, you get to meet Trump again there, Dustin.
Yeah, I guess it's time for the thing.
Oh, looks like I take the book and now I'm stuck. Both my pieces are now stuck. So now I'm just playing for fun at this point.
Okay, so I get the honey pot.
Oh yeah, you get to pick that and one of the others. It's up to you. If you want both or you just want one.
Yeah, do I want both or one? That's a good question. I'll just take one. Five. You're out?
Oh wait, I thought about that. Oh, he's out?
Yeah.
What was your last card?
All heads. One player, more players is out of cards. When the round ends, scoring occurs.
Yeah, he was out with two, so the white hat and one of those cards.
Oh, like, so he didn't even get to play. So the round was ended before we played the white hat and everything.
No, when he played the two when I got here, so you didn't have to pick up the white hat. So that's not your hand. That's not your hand. Yeah.
Okay.
The white hat and whatever card what card did you take?
The two.
Yeah. So now that's your hand.
Okay.
That's important for a reason.
So I got 1 and 3, 6, 7.
I get 0, 2, 4, 5. So I'm gonna put
5, 8, 13.
Yep. Yeah, that's 2.
2. All right.
So you had to play the white hat when you did. So at this point, you guys pretty much have a clear shot to the end. But at least I know that I have control over who's gonna get to the end.
Yeah.
As long as I get, especially if I get the white hat.
The tracer stuff.
That's for the game. Not the round, the entire game. Good fun.
Okay, the tracer is triggered by a hat entering the FBI server. The hat is locked on the FBI server and can't leave. The tracer ring starts on the special tracer card. After a few moves, it will appear on the public server. It must be moved whenever a player who has the hat in FBI server wins a trick in addition to the normal hat move. After the tracer ring leaves the tracer card, turn it over. The back shows the jail. After leaving the tracer card, the tracer ring can move to any adjacent space, even unoccupied ones, ignoring any arrows, but not the ones on the internet cafe in the dark gray spaces. Man, that's a lot of stuff to the tracer. Yeah.
That's the weird part about the variant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. You are the white hat again.
10 cards.
1, 3. Yeah, that's cool, right?
I think so.
Pretty clever, also pretty normal. There you go.
All right. And who leads?
You do.
Whitehead, right?
The white hat took the rest of to the right of the white hat.
Right of the whitehead. Yep, that'd be me. 11-11.
Let's say since you said everyone, the three of you have to roll to see if you get back to what was your roll on it? You said 7?
We have about a half an hour before our first door prize drawing of the day. If you have not collected your yellow tickets for today from registration, please do that now and try to enter in if you want anything at the 2 o'clock drawing.
I win. All right, let's go to the Explosoid.
Where's the other one? Oh, it's in here.
So you know what? Let's go to the randomizer.
You can draw a random child. Oh, randomizer would be a variant type.
Yeah, we're not playing with that one. Well, oh, we are. Whenever a hat enters the randomizer, the player owning the hat may draw a random game board tile. If they do, they must put it on the game board. Hats that are already on that part of the board are put on the corresponding space on the new tile. Special spaces with hats on them on the new tile then trigger in clockwise order starting from the top left space. So I may or may not do that. So I guess I'll do it.
No, this is the thing here, so I guess it's one of these. I think.
Whenever a hat enters the randomizer, the player owning the hat may draw a random game board tile, the top one. If they do, they must put it on the game board. Hats that are already on that part of the board are put on the corresponding space on the new tile. Special spaces with hats on them on the new tile then trigger in clockwise order. I guess they're both well, they're not both the same thing.
They're not. Kind of what that does if you put it on one of those normal spots.
You can do that to get yourself unstuck, maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna put it all the way down here. Yeah. Dang. Still lead. I've still got a good 30 minutes. Let's see. Go 2 3s.
You only got the one hat to move.
Tens. Seven. And then you can put a +1, -1. I put it next to it, so there'll be a net 0. Four.
6.
Eight. Two wins.
Play now. You win the trick.
I won the trick.
So, and you got 2 cards, so you get to just take your 2 cards from the white hat.
Yeah, 2 cards in a whitehead. All right, so that pretty much ensures the dub. I'll play the double unos again.
So the good part about that is actually double 13s.
Yeah. Nice one.
Even though I can't do anything, I'll play double 13s just take those.
You do have the, yeah, you're still in the game, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Forget about
just
that.
here, you know, I am a cool.
Good question, good thing, okay. 12. Okay, no joker. All right, GG's, guys. GG's.
You had the white hat, so it kind of gave you all the way to here. So now it's like whoever has the lowest score, so that's -5 plus. So 3. Oh, yeah, and we still have ours in here, so, but we made it to the end. I guess what did you say to do?
Let me see.
Does the round end when we still have cards? Or
No, the round ends if at the end of a trick any of these are true. A hat is on top of the critical asset space. Up and then you score it. So then I got -5, so that's kind of hard to beat. But I have a 5 here.
0, that zeroes out.
1 and a 3, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
A lowest score wins.
I got a 1. So that was the stuff. Oh, cool. So I would have moved up. I was in last place. So that's a 1.
The player with the lowest score, game score, wins. In the case of a tie, the player with the lowest round score in the last round wins.
Yep. You won.
Oh yeah, good game. So what y'all think?
I think it was alright. It was a little confusing, but
A little confusing. It could have been a slightly better rules. I noticed like when they said the white hat, they could have simply said you must keep the white hat. You may choose to keep the same number of cards as the lead player.
or take all cards.
Yep. But Dustin, though, out of a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what would you give it so far on that first play?
I'd give it probably 7.
7. Oh yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Tack, what about you on a 1 to 10?
I'll say about a 6. The rules.
6, yeah.
The rules kind of got me a bit, but after we got going, it was all right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know about all these other pieces, and that's why I'm giving it a 6 instead of a 7.
Yeah, I mean, it would be probably even more interesting playing the expansion rules, the optional rules. I didn't really like playing with the robot at first. I'm glad we got a real player to play.
Right.
But yeah.
That robot was getting out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, exactly, how do I choose to lose this game for?
Yeah. It could have been cool, but just not for the first play, I didn't think.
I have to go check this back in before I'm gonna get substitute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got plenty of time.
That's what the player was. Yep.
All right, but give them a peace out or something, guys.
Alright, man.
Peace.
Can I shout out my
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Hey, you can find me at on YouTube at neaHubGames.com. That's NEAHUBGAMES.
Yep, and so the shirt. Nice. NEA Hub Games. Already. Spaghetti.